Hi, thanks for stopping by Morrison and Mary Wiley Library's YouTube channel. My name is Beth Hanlon, and I'm going to show you an art project today that's a lot of fun and it's very easy, and it's called Doodle Art. Today we're going to make a Doodle Art handprint, and here is a copy of a finished project and a supply list of things you're going to need. Okay, for our first step, we're going to need 2 sheets of construction paper, and you want 2 pieces that are different colors, one lighter, one darker, or just so that you don't have 2 that are exactly the same. One of them is going to be our base sheet that we're going to glue our hand onto, and the other we're going to trace our hand and cut it out. So I'm going to choose the yellow one, and I'm just going to put my hand at the bottom here, and using a pencil, I'm just going to go around and trace the outline of my hand. And it should look like so. If you have smaller hands, you may choose to make 2 handprints and then do it that way. That's option as well. After you trace your hand, then you're going to go ahead and cut it out. Okay, after you have cut out your hand, you're going to use a glue stick. You can use white school glue. The only thing is it'll take a little bit longer to dry, and that might make you have to wait a little bit before you can jump in to do the doodling part. But it's whatever you have on hand, either one works. So go ahead and put glue all over the back of that, and you're going to flip it over and put it on your main color sheet, the other paper that you have, and flatten that down. I went ahead and did my hand flipped, and you can see there's some pencil lines on there, and that's okay because we're going to trace over it next with a marker, whatever color you like. And you're just going to go around the edges of your hand cutout and trace it with your marker. Now, if you aren't using markers, you could be using colored pencils, you could be using crayons. It's whatever you have and whatever you like to work with. There's no wrong way to do it. I chose to do a color that's going to be different and darker than my handprint because that way it'll kind of stand out a little bit more. Okay, once you have that traced, now you're ready to make your grid so that you can make the wave pattern. Okay, so let me show you my finished one. See how we have lines drawn across here in sections because we're going to make a grid of our big sheet. And you can do that with whatever color marker. You can use the same color marker as this, or you can use a different one. I'm going to go ahead and use a different one. And you don't have to do a lot of them. The more lines you add to it, the more spaces you're going to have to do your doodling in. So you're just going to make a long wavy line across this section, 2 or 3 of those, and then you're going to do the same thing in the opposite direction. Okay. Now is where you get to be creative. I'll show you my doodle sheet again. And there are different ones. I have dotted lines, I have swirls, I have line patches, stripes, repeating rainbows, X's, bricks, scallops, something called a chevron, fish eyes, speckles, confetti, leaves, H boxes, darkened lines, white polka dots, beaded lines, bamboo lines, checkers, and a pattern mix. Now you can do whatever you want to for the doodling part. This is just a suggestion sheet that if you aren't sure where to start, this is what you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start doodling. Now on this step you can use one color if you like, or you can mix it up. The demo I gave for you guys to look at, I chose to use one color. So all my doodles are done in the same color on the paper, but I think on this one I'm going to go ahead and change it up a little bit. So I brought some different colors with me. So that's what I'm going to start doing now. Okay, so we're done with the doodling, and like I said, on this one I did different colors in each section. If you notice in the video, I went back and added some over here. This thumb line here wasn't necessarily a sectioning, it went over a little bit further. So if you do that while you're going through, you might find that you've missed some spots. Just go back over them and fill it in like you like. Like I mentioned, there's no wrong way to do this. What colors you pick and what patterns you use are totally up to you. One other thought I had is if you guys would like to add a little sparkle to it, you can get stuff like this, which is glitter glue. And then once you're all done with your doodling, you could go back around and outline your hand, or you could just maybe put some lines on where you put your markings, and it would just kind of jazz it up a little bit. So that's another option. So I hope you enjoyed making this with me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.